So, in legislation, it is good that we have a consensual electoral code, law, which achieved by voting by all parts in parliament. And I'm very, very glad that I saw that recommendations of OSCE ODIHR on the last reports of election in Albania reflected on this new electoral code. So in terms of infrastructure, I deeply believe that we have all the reasons to realize free, fair, and European standard elections. But my view is that we still have a big concern, which is the political culture and the political behavior of the political forces, political parties during the campaign and especially after the election day or election results, outcomes. I have issued, and I'll do the same thing in coming days, to ask the political parties that during their campaign to be focused only on the governing platforms, on the ideas about the economic life, how they will improve it in social life, in the culture, in the healthcare, in education, in the services of the citizens, in the international relations of Albania, and to avoid the personal fighting each other. In the same time, I do expect that all parts to react positively and in European manner after the outcomes of election. It is known that in the figures and in results and the seats in parliament we will have a majority and a minority. I'll try to issue some messages that being majority is a responsibility, that after election to issue the messages of cooperation, and being a minority means not being a loser. But of course, after free and fair and European standards elections, all parts must agree with the result and react in a European way. I believe that it is international standards that the judge, considering the free and fair election, are some international bodies such OSCE, ODIHR, European Parliament, European Commission, Council of Europe, and other international organizations. So in such conditions, when all these bodies will consider that Albania held free and fair and European standards elections, all parts must respect the results and outcomes of the election. This is very important part of political culture, and I wish and I will encourage on the upcoming days this spirit through my messages and my meetings. But I deeply believe and I trust so much the maturity of my society, Albanian society, Albanian public opinion. And at the same time, I appreciate the friendship of our partners to encourage and to orient the good and the normal behavior even of the political class and parts in Albania. Your Excellencies, taking the chance of this meeting, which is a privilege for me to be so all together, I would like just to mention shortly and briefly my views and the statement of Albania on the regional cooperation, which is very much important for this region. I'm proud that Albania as a country and society as institutions had taken the positive evaluation by our partners and friends for its contribution on the regional cooperation. A contribution which I deeply believe, and I would like to guarantee you, that will remain in the same direction, in the same behavior, strengthening our contribution on the good neighboring relations, on the cooperation, in contribution for stability and the peace in the region. Albania has excellent relations with all its neighbors, and it's in our most interest, national interest, to strengthen this friendly cooperation with our neighbors. In the same time, we are so much interested on the offering the contribution by all our neighbor countries, but all other countries of the region, in terms of cooperation, in terms of working together, in terms of saving our freedom, our stability, and profiting, working together and profiting our prosperity. We deeply believe, and I deeply believe, that there is only one process for all countries and all nations of the Balkan, which is the European integration process. I believe that there is no any possibility for a parallel process for all other countries and nations in the Balkan besides the European integration process. In the same time, we deeply believe on the contribution of the Albanians as a nation, despite the countries that they live. And we see the Albanian community in other Balkan countries as a bridge and as a possibility to strengthen the cooperation between Albania and those countries, and between Albanian nations and other countries in the region. In the same time, we are so interested to see the respect in the human rights for Albanians in all countries where they live. Last developments in Serbia are a concern. last development do not support the strengthening of cooperation among all our countries. Albania is very much interested to have a good and strong relation even with Serbia. The last meeting of the presidents of Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia and Montenegro last year, held in Montenegro, was a very good one meeting. We, presidents of this country, had possibility to share ideas about the cooperation among us. Next meeting will be held this year in Albania. And we hope very much that the geography of representing in this meeting will be enlarged by other presidents of the countries of the region, because we consider as the only way cooperation dialogue among us. But developments and behaviors such was days ago in Preševa Valley do not support, do not create a trust environment among the nations. So we are very much interested, and we deeply believe on the respecting human rights and minorities of the Albanians wherever they live, to respect the rights of the local authorities and their decisions. Anyway, I'm very optimistic on the future of this region. Albanian contribution will be strengthened again in terms of dialogue, cooperation, serving the peace and stability. But in the same time, all our countries in the region need to have the partnership of our friends. And EU member countries are the main partners for all Balkan countries on their way, as I mentioned, is the European integration process. The past has been difficult for us. The future, it is a bright one. Thanks God, the maturity of the human societies has improved so much. And we as Albanians think and feel lucky to be part of the European area. This European societies, the mentality which exists on this area, and the development which exists in this area. And because of that, we see our future in this family, but we need to be prepared in terms that in the moment that we will be a real member of this family, we to be in as a contributor, not as a consumer. And I think that even Albania, as a small country, as a small nation, can be a contributor, promoting some principles and some values that we have consolidated in our countries, in our legacy, in our mentality, such as just mentioned the good neighboring relations, the religion tolerance, and the trust and the faith to the others and to respect the others. Of course, that we know that main obligations and responsibilities to achieve this performance belongs to us, but we cannot fully achieve without your partnership, your assistance, your friendship, and we have had it so closely so far, and deeply believe that we'll have it in the future, because both of things I have expressed even to Brussels when I had the possibility to visit in the others meetings, that Albania deserves to be supported in this process. So much discussed in Albanian environment nowadays, the issue of the candidate status issue, which I see it as a very much important stage. Absolutely, it is based on the merit. And we fully trust on the monitoring process, reports and comments of the European Union, European Commission and the EU member countries' government. In the same time, I would like to guarantee you that our belief is that in some stages and steps, such even the candidate status is, it is a time to evaluate the achievement of Albania. But in the same time, I believe that it is a moment for encouraging the further steps, further reforms, further commitments of a country, in our case of Albania. I deeply believe that granted the candidate status for Albania will be a time to analyze what we have achieved, what we have done so far, how we have performed so far, but above all will be a moment for reflection and for putting more concrete way the further steps in this long journey that we have in the European integration process. I think that a country, a society, needs to have the encouragement, momentums in its journey, especially in such journey like the European integration process is, to encourage the positive and good examples, to encourage the appropriate behaviors and approach, to encourage the way in which a society and a country must be proceed in the future. Of course, that is dealing with the very easy conditions by the European Commission, which has been clearly. Of course, we are clear on that voting of 3 laws in Parliament will create all possibilities for European Commission to propose the European Council for granting the candidate status for Albania. During this period, I would like to express my deep gratitude for great support which has been, and assistance, mostly support, which has been shown by all EU member countries in this way, in this process for Albania. And we are grateful to all of you about that. I still remain hopeful that the Parliament and political forces will take their responsibility to vote and to fulfill this criteria and this question addressed by European Commission in terms to create the other possibilities for the European Council to analyze and to take its decision. But firstly, we have to take our responsibility and to fulfill our obligations, rather than to speculate for the statements of one or another country, because the support of all countries for Albania and for this process has been excellent one, a great one. It seems, frankly speaking, that will not be easy, but as a President of the Republic, I have all responsibilities, and I feel my obligation to do my efforts to address time after time, first to public opinion and to political parts, to do their job, to fulfill their obligation. I mean the political parts in that case. Because Albanian public opinion has all capacities nowadays to judge everybody and to see the behavior of all institutions. Because of that, I'm optimistic, mostly than the behavior of some cases, political class, because we cannot see only in the dark way the political class behavior, because they contribute every day for this country. But concluding, presenting my views, and I thank you very much for your attention, that the other and upcoming developments in Albania, in all terms, I fully believe that will be positive developments, will be good contributions, because we understand and we know, thinking in European way, that all these good things are for citizens of this country. And everybody who has a possibility to contribute is lucky. Is lucky to do something and to contribute something and to put something positive thing in this way. Concluding my views, I would like once again to thank you all, Ambassador Sekwi, your Excellencies, ambassadors and representatives of the EU member countries, our friend countries, for your personal contribution, partnership offered to my country, especially to myself as a President of the Republic. And once again, wish you all the best. Still may wish for New Year. And hope to work closely together. Once again, thank you very much for your passion, and thank you very much for your attention. And absolutely, I would like maybe to pass the floor to Ambassador Sekwi, and after that will be welcomed everybody to address questions, statements, comments. Thank you.